Alright guys, so today we are going to go over boxes for Tuesday and Wednesday since yesterday we had Star Reach and we didn't go over Tuesday. So, what is the past tense of the word choose? Alright, Zori? Chose. And I'm going to spell that C-H-O-S-E. Okay? So what is my future tense of the word choose? In? Future. Think we're going to do it in the future. So what do you think, Anna Grace? Will choose. Remember when it has future, you're always going to do will before it. Okay? Alright. So we're just going to go straight down Tuesday and then we're going to cover Wednesday. Looking at which one is correct, you have there, T-H-E-R-E, there, T-H-E-I-R, and there, T-H-E-Y''R-E. T-H-E-R-E tells me like a position or a place. T-H-E-I-R tells me that they own something, and T-H-E-Y''R-E is the contraction for they are. Are blank really plants that eat frogs and small reptiles? Alright, what do you think, Zoe?
The first one?
The first one, there. T-H-R-E. Good. Because there's nothing owning anything, and the contraction wouldn't make sense there. We wouldn't say, they are really plants. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so the next box wants us to choose whether it's a simple, compound, or complex sentence. What is the first thing that I have you do in this box? We're looking for a fanboy. So, our fanboys, remember, are for. Do you see for in that sentence? And, nor, but, or, yet, so. So that means it is not what? It is not a compound. So I'm going to mark that one out. So now we have to decide whether it's simple or complex. So now I'm going to count my verbs. How many verbs do I have in the sentence? Insects are attracted to the sweet smell of the leaves. Alright, what are they? Attracted is a verb.
Attracted and sweet smell.
Alright, sweet's an adjective to tell me what a smell is. I'm not actually smelling here. It's actually using smell as an idea. So that's actually going to be a noun there. So do we have a secondary verb in this sentence? What?
Smell?
That's what I just said. Smell. What is smell in this sentence?
Noun.
It's a noun. So if it's a noun, can it be a verb?
No.
No. So how many, do I have any more verbs in this sentence? Huh? Okay. So that means if I only have one verb, and actually it's a verb phrase, guys, because are is going to be a helping verb in this sentence. So that's one verb phrase, but they're not separated. So that means it is not what?
Complex.
It's not complex. So that means I'm going to circle simple, because this is a simple subject. It has one subject, or simple sentence. It has one subject, that's insects. That's what the whole thing is about, is insects. And they're doing one thing, they're attracting to the sweet smells of leaves. Okay? Now, looking at our box from Monday, repeat after me. Disarray,
Disarray.
dissect,
Dissect.
abduct,
Abduct.
survive,
Survive.
supernatural,
Supernatural.
abundance,
Abundance.
supersize,
Supersize.
abstain.
Abstain.
So which of these words means to overcome or to remain alive?
Survive.
Survive. Okay? Now, moving to my next one. This is dealing with parts of speech. I have the word own underlined, and it's wanting to know what part of speech own is in the sentence. Miss Sherry put the test on my desk. Raise your hand if you can tell me what part of speech on is. Remember, parts of speech are the same ones that we look at in the first box on Monday. That is our nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, pronouns, prepositions, interjections, all of that. So, Braden, what do you think on is in this sentence?
Preposition.
Good job, Braden. It is a preposition. Okay? Now, moving to the next one. Which word or phrase best completes the sentence? However, otherwise, or therefore. Megan broke her leg, blank, she can't run in tomorrow's race. Aaliyah?
Therefore.
Therefore. The other ones, however, would be the same thing as but. She broke her leg, but she can't run in tomorrow's race. Does that make sense? No. And then otherwise means that she would do it if she could. Megan broke her leg. She would if she could, but she can't run in tomorrow's race. But that really doesn't make sense, does it? So therefore is the only thing that really makes sense there. All right, now, last box for Tuesday. Which word could not replace the underlined word? Satisfied, uneasy, pleased. She was happy with her grade. Could I say that she's satisfied with her grade and that be the same thing as happy? Yes. Satisfied means I'm happy with. So I'm going to mark satisfied it out because it's wanting to know which one could not replace that. Okay? So next one we have uneasy. Could I say she was uneasy with her grade and it mean the same thing as happy? No. So uneasy cannot replace the word happy. Let me try the next one just to make sure. She was pleased with her grade. Does pleased tell me that she was happy? Yes, so that means it's not my answer. Alright, so now let's look over into Wednesday's column. Make the noun plural to complete the sentence. Blank find animal eating plants fascinating. Okay, so we have the word child, and we have to take the word child and we have to make it plural. Cameron, how can I make the word child plural? Children. And plural means more than one. More than one. Okay? Now looking at our next box, we have to use your twice. So we have Y-O-U-R, which means you own it. And then Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, which is a contraction for you are. Blank not supposed to feed a carnivorous plant a bit of blank burger. So which your would go in that first blank? Alright, Jaylene? The second one, the contraction for you are. So I could say, you're not supposed to feed a carnivorous plant a bit of, now which one do I use? Whole? The first one. Y-O-U-R, your burger. Okay? Moving on to my next box. It says correct the dialogue. What does dialogue mean? What does it mean when I say dialogue? What is a dialogue? What do you think, Madison? When they're talking. So dialogue is just a fancy word for talking. So I have the sentence, if you feed human food to a carnivorous plant, explain the botanist, it could kill the plant. So now I have to separate what is being said and who is saying it. So who is saying it? The botanist. And a botanist is a scientist who studies plants. Okay, so the scientist, the botanist, is saying this. And what does it say, or what word does it use to tell me that he's saying this?
Human.
Explained. Okay, So explain the botanist is not gonna be inside of my, punctuation. So if I'm talking about dialogue, what type of punctuation needs to be involved in the dialogue? Quotation marks. So I'm gonna open my quotation marks right in front of if. And then I'm going to go all the way to where it says explain, because he said, if you feed human food to a carnivorous plant, I'm going to put a comma after plant to separate what is being said from who is saying it. Explained is the same thing as saying said, the botanist. I'm going to put a comma, because it continues his sentence by saying, it could kill the plant. So if I were to ask you, based off of this, what words exactly did the botanist say? What would you say to me, Anna Grace?
If you feed humans to
Carnivorous.
carnivorous plant, and it could kill the plant.
Very good. All right, and I have quotation marks around that. All right, now which word could mean to cut apart? Looking at our words from Monday's box, which of these words could mean to cut apart? All right, A. Huh? Disarray is going to mean like it's, like my desk right now is in disarray. It's unorganized. Dissect, yes. Okay? Now, looking at my next box, it says, what part of speech is underlined? Jesse took his grammar test and he did great. Well, we know and to be a what? A fanboy. So what is our fancy 5th grade word for fanboy? Starts with a C. Conjunction. Good. So and is a conjunction. Okay? Complete the sentence. I add weird toppings to my ice cream. For example, so now I've got to give an example of a weird topping that could be added to my ice cream. So what would be an example, Justin, of something I could add to my ice cream that would be weird? Ketchup, okay? For example, I like to add ketchup to my ice cream. That is definitely a weird topping. Bacon, okay?
I put chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
I put olive.
You know, I do like to get the Frosties from Wendy's and get the fries and dip my fries in the Frosties. So I guess that could be kind of a weird
I
combo.
put ketchup in salt.
Okay. All right, let's look at the last one. And this last one I'm just going to give to you. It says, which statements are true about homographs? All right, homo, the word homo means one or same. And then graphs means writing. So if I'm looking at same writing, which one of these is going to tell me that they have the same writing? A says spelled the same but have different meanings. B says pronounced the same but have different spellings. And then the last one says may or may not be pronounced the same way. So which one would tell me that they have the same writing? Ian?
The bottom one?
It says may or may not be pronounced the same way. That is one, yes, because they may or may not be pronounced the same way. Okay? Do I have another one? All right, what, Cooper? The first one, spelled the same but have different meanings. So, we take the words like bear. Last class had to bear with me while we try to figure out our technological difficulties. The bear ate my lunch. Okay?
It's the same word.
It's the same word. They're spelled the same. They sound the same, but they mean different things. Okay? I live in Ellisville. I have a live shark tank, or a live shark in my tank. So, no. so L-I-V-E spells live, and L-I-V-E spells live. They're both spelled the same. They sound different, and they have different meanings. So that's an example of how they are spelled the same, but have different meanings, and then may or may not be pronounced the same way. So live and live are spelled the same way, but they are not pronounced the same